Dear SoU, you were, and still are, ahead of your time. It's an interesting thing to say, that someone or something is ahead of their time. I feel like it can be interpreted in so many different ways. It could be that you're able to meet a need that most people can't yet perceive. It could be that something is novel and exciting or cutting edge. And on the flip side, you're ahead of your time can also be a euphemism for you don't belong here, or I don't have time for this right now, or this is a lot. Walking with you in this world as both your guardian and one of the vessels through which you interact with the world, I have witnessed the full spectrum of these responses in reaction to you. Stewarding you has been a balancing act, to say the least. Balancing the present we live in with the future we want. Balancing how you want to be expressed with what people are ready to receive. And perhaps the hardest of all, balancing what you want to become with my own capacity to hold you through it. In this moment, you as a product are the first ever English as a second language library of stories written and told by newcomers for newcomers. You as a program are a safe, transitional space for newcomers to Canada to construct and reconstruct their story after the life-altering event that is immigration. And most recently, I've taken to calling you an artifact from the future. I think calling you an artifact from the future helps me reconcile the ways in which you so clearly don't fit into the present. Or put differently, the ways in which the present and the status quo resists you. Having spent the last 2.5 years with you, you have become my normal. So I'm still surprised by how people react to you when they meet you for the first time. To most people, I think your existence meets needs that they didn't know they had. Your existence gives permission and creates possibility. Permission to honor our mother tongues on par with the colonizer's language. Permission to reopen, revisit, and be inspired by the chapters of our lives that we've locked away or long forgotten. Permission to share our stories with complete strangers, or in some cases, people that we've known for years. And permission to feel worthy of the time that we spend unpacking our stories. You create the possibility for a different way of showing up with each other. The possibility of a different future by way of rewriting or reinterpreting our personal histories. And perhaps most radical, the possibility of healing as a legitimate outcome for a project funded by the government. You, SoU, are the longest quote-unquote job I've ever held. And Jen will tell you that I have seriously entertained quitting every 3 months of this project. That's approximately 10 existential crises over the last 2.5 years. I think it's safe to say that you and I have grown each other up. So, as our time together comes to a pause, and possibly to an end, I want to leave you and your future stewards with artifacts from your past that give you and them a sense of who you were during your first years. Think of it as the equivalent of a parent putting together a scrapbook or an album of baby photos, or writing letters or reflections to their children for them to read when they grow up. Consider this voice note the first artifact in the time capsule of you. And because you've touched and been shaped by so many hands and so many hearts, My hope is that at least some of the artifacts in this time capsule will be co-created with them. I will do my part and extend the invitation. Bye for now.